Hi, guys, and good afternoon, creeps. Hi, guys and creeps. Um, I just wanted to give a little information or video out there for, and I try not to give out valuable information because I got too many haters, and honestly, I don't like giving them good information. When if somebody hates me, I'm not going to turn around and show them love. But there are people that genuinely do love me, and I feel like it's valuable information. So there, let me just jump right into the topic. As you can see, my face is very swollen. Usually, my face is kind of like a little bit sunken in where you see bones, but my face is very puffy and swollen, and my chin is swollen. Okay, so recently I made a video. I was really mad at Trisha Paytas. I was mad at Trisha Paytas because she's irresponsible, she's reckless, and she's a dumbass. And she gives out bad advice that's going to potentially kill somebody one day. When somebody is trolling and they're telling lies and they're making up stuff, that stuff, if somebody listens to somebody just trolling and telling lies about their health and giving out bad information, that to me is not funny. When you tell somebody to take a pill for mental health issues, that's the worst advice ever. I don't care if you're a medical doctor. That's even worse. I don't care if you're a nurse and you work in a psychiatric ward. Telling somebody to take a big pharma medication for their mind is horrible, horrible advice. Okay, when somebody takes a pill for a emotional problem or a mental problem or anxiety or depression or the so-called schizophrenia that doesn't exist. Now, depression exists. We know that people get sad and they get depressed. We know that depression exists. It might be something that triggered it and things jumped off. And then, they went through a sadness, which we know as depression. So we know where it came from. But there's no pill that you can take to help that because it's up to you to solve that. So if somebody gives you a pill to solve a depression that you're going through, whether it be a divorce or a breakup of a family or domestic violence issue, how is the pill going to change your life? That pill is not going to do anything for you. The pill is going to end up giving you kidney failure, kidney damage, lung collapsing, liver damage. Without a kidney, you can't live. And if they put you on dialysis, you only got 5 to 10 years to live. So you could have been a normal person going through a normal up and down life struggle, and then you run into some white coat wearing psychopath that's feeding out and greed on feeding you some pills. Okay, schizophrenia does not exist. Nobody hears voices. And for Trisha Paytas to sit there and pretend like she got a medical concern and starts advocating for swallowing pills. I have been forced to swallow pills and fraudulent lockups. I'm not going to get into it, but I have seen the world of swallowing pills and injectables. What happens to my body when somebody tells me to swallow an unnecessary pill is that I start looking like this. My body swells up with disgust. I start feeling like my body is dying. My face swells up, my hands swell up so I can't even write or type hardly. My feet are swollen, my ankles get swollen. My heart could basically, if I don't take care of that, if you swell up too much, you could get water around your heart that could give you a heart attack. Because if the water puts pressure on your heart, then it can explode, and then you have to get a triple bypass. So having excess water on you means that your body is trying to cleanse itself. And that means that whatever you swallowed or whatever you were injected with is damaging your vital organs. Without a heart pumping blood, I can't live. So if I'm getting excess water so much that my face is getting ready to turn round instead of oval, my face natural shape is oval, but it's starting to turn round. I just recently got out of a lockup and they were feeding me pills of horrible nature. I begged them to stop making me swallow those pills. I was begging for my life. My body was swelling up so terribly. I was swollen. And when I got out, all I wanted to do was drink water, drink fruit juice, and eat fruit. Because when your body is full of water and then you turn around and you eat heavy duty meat and cheeseburgers and steaks, you actually going to put more pressure on your body to cleanse that out, because meat does provide negative energy. And if it's just chicken for me, that's clean burning energy. But beef to me is a very harsh burning food. When I lived in the north towards Canada, I grew up as a child in Detroit. I grew up in the cold zones. I grew up near Canada in the harsh, cold climates. I grew up in a house of poverty and freezing windows where it was literally ice on the windows. And I literally grew up in the wintertime wearing a coat all day inside the house and freezing. So at the last thing I was a vegan at that time. My favorite food was beef. And I used to love in the cold zone to eat steak. And I would, if I had steak and potatoes, that was the popular meal in those regions. And a lot of people love steak and potatoes in the cold regions because it sticks to your ribs, is what they say. But my favorite meal when I was in the cold world, in the cold zones near Canada, frigid Canada. When it's cold, it's freezing cold. Okay, so I would eat a lot of steak. When we did have money, we would have steaks and potatoes and rolls and biscuits. And then I would make grilled cheese sandwiches. I love cheese, so I was always just running into the kitchen every couple of hours, because we had what they call Focus Hope. Focus Hope was a place that used to give out free cheese and bread and peanut butter. So when you were poor and you got those big blocks of Federal cheese, I used to live off of Federal cheese, and honestly, that's probably why I grew up to love cheese today. When you were poor, they used to have this place. It was a food bank, and they used to give out big, huge blocks of cheese, where the cheese blocks was about that long, thick blocks of cheese, and they would give out bread, and poor people and peanut butter, and poor people just lived off of grilled cheese sandwiches. Because all you would do is just have grilled cheese, so you would be eating it, and the cheese was good. I will never forget the taste of Focus Hope cheese, because the cheese was literally a delicious cheese that kept me alive when I was a child. And then we had the processed milk. I hated the processed milk, but we had to survive. And I would take the peanut butter and I would make that hot. And I would put the peanut butter on top of the bread and put that in the oven, and then the peanut butter would be melted, and then I would eat that. And I was always eating bread. So I love bread, I love cheese, I love butter, because I used to slather butter on it. And honestly, those are the things that kept me alive. So when I'm in the cold zones, I eat a lot of cheese, bread, butter, steak. Steak will keep me burning hot. When I used to eat a steak, it would warm my body up so hot. And that's why when I'm in the hot zone, the last fucking thing on this world that I want is a goddamn steak. I be burning hot, I be sweating. So when I'm burning hot and sweating, all I want to do is drink water. All I want to do is eat strawberries, drink some cranberry juice, eat an orange, eat some pineapples. All I do, that's what you see when I'm grocery shopping. I eat seafood and fruit and water and pop and juice. I be so fucking thirsty. But let me tell you something. The reason why I'm so thirsty and why I'm so swollen is because I was swallowing those pills from that disgusting lockup. My body is frantically trying to piss all of those medications out. That's why I hate Trisha Paytas, because that advice is horribly bad. People seem to think that doctors are good people. Doctors are not good people. Some of them are, some of them are not. Doctors telling somebody to swallow a goddamn pill, that's a lunatic, maniac, fruitcake, insurance fraud, goddamn fruitcake. Horrible fruitcake. Ugh. When you see them wearing that white coat and they got their little glasses and they telling you to swallow a pill, for what? Because you're mentally ill. Why? Because you had a noise disturbance. Why? Because you got into a fight with your mother. Why? Swallow these pills or we're going to inject you with Invega. Excuse me? What? Swallow the pills or you can't get out. What? Swallow those pills. And then they force you to swallow the pills or else you can't get out. And so you swallow the pills so you can get out. But then you realize later on that day, your face, boom, swells up and your hands swell up and then you can barely walk. And then your tongue is swelling up and you hurry up and go drink some water because the shit needs to, all that medication needs to be pissed out and shit out. So all I do is be asking for juice and water and begging for more water and more juice and more water. Because my body be frantically, when my body starts swelling up with water, that means that something is desperately trying to be diluted and desperately trying to be pissed out. So then what I found is these handy dandy water pills. These say water pills. Water pills. Okay. So what I did, they say don't take them more than 10 days. Bitch, I've been taking them daily. I'm just going to take them till I finish them. Whole box empty except for these little handy dandy things. Let me tell you something. I've lost about 20 pounds of water. And I be pissing like every 15, 20 minutes after I lay down. For some reason, when I lay down on my bladder, I just go up and I just start pissing constant water. I be getting up in the middle of the night drinking tons and tons of water. I drink several gallons a day. I drink on average like a gallon of fresh water, fucking a couple of gallons of juice. Okay, thank you, Breezy. I'm about to give you the address before we get off the phone. Okay, so these water pills, how they work. Don't abuse water pills. Okay, now if you have excess water and it's full of toxins and it's full of toxic waste, if you got toxic waste, then you need to get rid of that water. Okay, now, so what you do is get some water pills. You take the water pill and you drink. Some people think that when you have so much water that you don't drink water. No, you have to drink more water because your body is trying to get something. So the more water you drink, the more you're going to swell up. But if you get a water pill, it's going to make all of that come off. So you have to drink more water. The more water until you get back to good health. Once you get to a normal weight and you're no longer swollen, that means all the excess water is gone, but you got to take a water pill. So if you're thirsty all the time and you're constantly thirsty, this will help stop the thirst because your body is holding on to this water, but it's full of toxins. So this will make your body move those toxins so you piss and shit them out. So I've been pissing and shitting all day, all that toxic waste. So I be drinking water, but you got to take the water pill. You must take the water pill and you must drink gallons of water. Okay, and be a vegan because you can't eat meat when you have bloating. If your face is swollen, but everybody's body is different, but I promise you, when you eat meat, that's a whole bunch of heat and it's a whole bunch of toxic waste from that excess meat. So the last thing you want to eat, like for me, I eat chicken. When I need the chicken, I eat it. But beef is really, really heavy duty. It's a strong meat. It's full of iron. And it will make you so fucking hot. It's going to make you bloat out more because it got a lot of toxic waste in beef. Chicken is clean burning. It's a clean burning meat. Beef is not a clean burning meat. It actually is a meat for heat. It's a heat generating meat. So when you're cold, you eat beef. If you're in a cold climate, your body is going to want something really that burns hot, which is going to be steak. So and when I'm in a hot climate, I like to eat light and delicate because my body actually makes a lot of heat from food. So I be hot. But let me tell you something. These water pills is healing my body up. So much excess water is leaving my body. So much excess water. Let me show you my stomach. My stomach used to be big and puffy. Let me show you. Let me show you how it looks. Let me show you how my stomach looks. As you can see, my six-pack is starting to come in. I got a little bit of waist right there, but it's come down a lot. My butt is still puffy, but when I put my pants up, you can see my stomach is flatter. You can see my arms have gotten thinner. My legs have gotten smaller. So it's like that. You gotta drink some water, baby. You gotta drink some water, and you gotta take some water pills. And don't abuse them. If they tell you stop at 10 days, do what your body says. If you still bloated and you feel like you need to keep using it until the water is gone. Let your body decide. Don't let the back. Okay, Breezy. Give me a moment. I'll get the address in just a second. Let your body decide what you want to do. Okay, let your body decide as to how you feel. Because if you got excess water, trust me, even excess water can kill you. Because if you get too much water around your heart and your heart can't beat, you're gonna have a heart attack. I was struggling with high blood pressure because my heart was beating, and I've been suffering with high blood pressure. But if you that could give me a stroke or a heart attack. So I'm always like on a critical level of near heart attack and stroke. But that was because I swallowed a unethical pill that nearly killed me. If I'm begging for my life and telling them, please, you're giving me high blood pressure, you can give me a stroke or a heart attack. Please. Breezy, I don't need it that fast. You can send it when the cheapest way you want. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. Those pills for giving somebody a pill, those pills don't work. They actually are tragic disaster booms on a human's body. Those pills are, one day I'll go over the whole pill list and tell you. But right now, this is about helping somebody who needs healing. If you need to heal up, take a water pill. Let me show you all the water and the drinks. If you don't know me, let me show you. You think I'm lying? Let me show you what I be drinking. You think I'm lying? You think, I don't know this girl she told me a doctor is a murderer. Hell, fuck yeah, a doctor is a murderer. Say hi to Miniki Nico. He's from China or Japan. He usually needs his battery to do that to you. Okay, yeah, don't think that a doctor is your friend. Let me tell you something. I'm going to put you something up on life. Never trust nobody that profits from your health. If they profit from your health, that's not your friend immediately. Never meet your doctor and think that is your friend. Always face that fucking person as an enemy. They might turn out to be a nice person, but trust me, when they profiting off of human life, never just trust somebody that profits off of your life. If they profit off of you, never trust nobody that makes a profit off of human beings. And I'll tell you more about it, because we got to get out of this culture of just trusting this goddamn fruitcake wearing a white coat and glasses. It's just not, you got to stop trusting just these people that tell you that they're good for you. And then you watch TV or something, and then the pharmaceutical companies, those are your worst enemies. If somebody starts telling you to ask for Cyprexa, and then it got possible side effects of stroke or heart attack or diabetes, and then it got 50 other things that could kill your stupid ass, and run from anybody that says, ask your doctor for Cyprexa. Ask your doctor for Zytoxamine. Ask your doctor for Klonopin. Ask your doctor for... If you got to ask your doctor for something that got 50 ways to kill you, what about it's supposed to stop this or that? Oh, but it's got possible side effects of 50 things that could destroy your life. If anything says that it could cause possible kidney damage, Don't never take nothing that could cause possible kidney damage, because that's going to slow kill your dumb ass. You better read that side effect list and weigh the pros with cons. But if anything got any side effects, then don't ever take anything with any side effects at all. They gonna kill you. Believe me, they gonna kill you if you swallow somebody's pill. So for Trisha Paytas to sit there and say she swallowed some pills and now she's doing great, and you know goddamn well she ain't swallowed shit. Maybe she swallowed a goddamn pile of shit, but the way she looks, she could be swallowing something that's not good for her. All those fucking Domino's pieces gonna kill her stupid ass and send her to a young grave anyway. This is my best friend. I got a bunch of water. I drink one of these bad boys a day. My body trying to clean up and heal. Then I just got these. Look at this, all a bunch of water. Water is the fucking smart water. This one I just picked up today. I like it ice cold. My handy dandy Aquafinas. I be freezing these motherfuckers so that they get really cold. Then I put them in the refrigerator so I can grab something that got a little bit of ice in it. Look at all these. Got a gallon there and several different. Then I got all these Fago Colas. Then I got all those juices. Then I got that lettuce. Then I got that. Then I got that milk. Then I got those strawberries. Then I got those cucumbers. Then I got that watermelon. And I got apples. Bitch like me be thirsty than a motherfucker. I'm always drinking, always drinking. My cousin G from Las Vegas, he got me this juicer, but I don't know how the fuck to work it. I ain't never had no juicer. I'm about to do something really fancy and slick with this motherfucker. I got some vitamins and I'm gonna crush those vitamins up and drink the vitamins without swallowing the pills. I got some plans for this juicer. Yeah, so I just went shopping. What did I get? I got some soap because I ran out of soap. Just some little fabulous. So I'm not gonna bore y'all with all the household stuff I just bought. But yeah, I got so many phone calls to make. Honestly, I gotta talk to Ash's lawyer, but I'm too tired to deal with the stress. I'm a do, because I gotta prepare myself for court. I gotta get prepared for court, and honestly, it's so much shit that I gotta do before my court hearing on the fucking next week. And then sometimes I just be like not wanting to deal with shit. And it's just those days. I just want to relax. So I just want to relax for a little bit right before court. So I think I'm gonna prepare myself. Wait a minute, let me look at the date. I gotta call her before it's too late. Hold on, let me see what. Okay, today is Thursday. Ooh, I better call her today, because if I miss her on, then I'm gonna be fucked up. So let me get on here and let me call my lawyer. I didn't feel like doing it, but I'm gonna do it real quick so I could be prepared for court. Let me give you some advice. If you ever have a court hearing, you don't want to wait till the last minute. What you need to do is always prepare your court. Never go to court with being unprepared. You need to make sure that you know what you're doing, what you need to say, how you need to say it. You don't want to, and your lawyer will tell you how to behave. Okay, so you need to talk to your lawyer, and always they'll tell you what to say when they ask you this and what not to say. Don't ever lie to a judge, though. Don't never lie. Never go to court and lie, because if you get caught lying and the judge catch you in a lie, your ass can get into a lot of trouble. So if they cross-examine you, never tell a lie in court, because you will get caught and you will get into a lot of trouble. So even if you are, so that's why you got to make sure that before you go to court, that you know that when you prepare, you got all your questions and answers, and you're prepared. That way you don't make the wrong mistake and say the wrong thing. And then when they cross-examine you in the courts, then you end up saying lies. I ain't never tell no lie in court, and I never will. Always be honest in the courts. Because if you tell lies in the courts, you're going to get your ass into a lot of trouble. I guarantee that. So that is very serious. So, don't take it lightly. Because honestly, if you want to win in court, because I want to win in court, make sure that you be honest and make sure you be prepared. So I'm not going to be irresponsible because I would like to go out and smoke some cigars, but it's getting late and I got to call my lawyer because I do have a court case coming up next week and I need to prepare myself for court. So that's why another thing about Nina Unrated, she trying to get her son back and shit. And then she talking about she ain't got money for a lawyer. Bitch, the law, trust me, ain't nobody gonna let you go to court without a lawyer. The state of Florida gives you a court-appointed lawyer. Don't let nobody tell you that they can't afford a lawyer for a CPS case. This is a CPS case. Nina Unrated always talking about she ain't got money for a lawyer, but yet she jetting off to California and back and forth from Atlanta to Miami every month, and then she talking about she ain't got money for a lawyer. Honestly, I'm always gonna slam her as long as she on the fucking YouTube. I'm always gonna slam Nina Unrated because she's just a liar talking about she can't get her son back. I'm dealing with the same goddamn thing she got. I got a situation with my daughter Ash. She got a situation with her son Maximus. We from the same state. Her incident happened in Broward County. My incident happened in Polk County, dealing with the same fucking network of people from the same organization. So you can't tell me a lie, Nina Unrated. You will never be able to lie to me because I know the state of Florida like the back of my hand. And if I'm going through the same goddamn shit as you, with the same organization, just a different county, then you would never be able to tell a lie on the fucking YouTube. Because if you tell another lie about the CPS, I'm going to make another video and I'm going to tell everybody all over the fucking world that the motherfucker Nina Unrated is a liar. She's just a lying ass bitch and I'll tell you the proper procedure. I'm not no liar. I'm not going to sit up here and tell lies about the CPS. I want my daughter back. Nina Unrated does not want her son back. So please, Nina Unrated, stop lying. If they beg you, literally they beg you to take your child back. They be so anxious for you to take the child back. They beg you. They begged me to take Ash back. But I honestly felt that she was better with the bitch grandmother that I hate. It was just a whole bunch of stuff and it's just the way life turned out. Do I want my child back? Yes. But this custody case has to close it's basically to close the case and settle the child at the grandmother's house until further notice. So I personally know that if you don't want your child, that's the only way somebody can take your child. So Nina Unrated obviously turned over the custody to the father. Because I know that you can't just walk away from the child. And I know that if you want your child back, all you do is reopen the case and they proceed with an investigation for you to get your child back. It's a 6 months investigation. And then you get your child back from 6 months to a year after the investigation is complete. Some people just don't have the ability to be dealing with a 6 months investigation. Me personally, I just moved into this house. I don't want to deal with a 6 months long investigation. Also, the house is not prepared for the investigation. It's like that. And also some other things that I already talked about. If you want to know, just go to the Nina Unrated video about the CPS where I explain everything in depth. But, what I'm trying to tell you is that, look at me. I'm preparing myself for court. What is this? Thursday. My court is next week. Who is this? I got a court-appointed lawyer. So I don't need no motherfucking money. But am I going to stupidly go to the court with no knowledge? Hell fuck no. I ain't going no court. It's a virtual courtroom on the Zoom, and it's or you can call into the court. But I'm not going to call into the court unprepared. I need to know what the fuck am I supposed to say when I'm questioned. I need legal advice because you never want to assume that you know what you're going to do. Because you don't want to fuck yourself up. You don't want to perjure yourself. I don't want to get into no more squabbling with this lawyer, not the lawyer, the judge. I've never squabbled with a judge. I just want to get out the fucking case for a little bit so I can prepare myself for the next round when I go through the investigation and the home inspectors. I don't want no strange motherfucker walking up right now and inspecting my home. I need peace. I'm trying to heal. My face is swollen. I'm swollen. I'm drinking frantically like I'm in a desert. I'm thirsty all the time. I'm comfortable and hot all the time. I just don't want to deal with no strange motherfuckers right now. I need some peace and quiet for a little while. And then when I'm prepared, I'll go and get Ash back. Just don't do nothing that you're not prepared to do. As long as your child is in a safe environment, let your child stay where the fuck your child is at. Trust me on that. I just can't do it right now. Okay. I don't need a check for diabetes. I don't need a check for diabetes. So fresh, so clean. I don't have diabetes. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. I don't have diabetes, and I ain't trying to get it. I'm trying to get my health back in order. Drink water, get your health back in order, and don't eat no meat while you're trying to heal up, unless it's chicken. But you know what? Steak might have a different effect on you. Everybody's body is different. Just because I'm going through something, you might have a different body where beef does something different for you. Iron. Okay, you might need iron or something. Okay, yes, Phoenix, I do enemas. Okay, so Breezy from Texas, I got the address. It's 18117 Biscayne Boulevard, box 2555, Miami, Florida 33160. After this video is uploaded, before I go to bed, I'll put the address. I'll put the address in the description box, Breezy. Let me see if I could just give it to you real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I could just write it out real quick, the address. Let me see if I got let me see. See if I could just write it out real quick. Hold on 1 second. Oh. Okay, so let's see. Jay, please go away. I know what's going on in my body. I hate this. It's a new habit of people where they think that they could tell your life story better than you. If you don't know me, how can you tell me what's going on in my body? I'm the one that can tell my story. Can't nobody tell my story but me. We got to get into you got to tell your friends and family. Stop thinking that you know everything about somebody. I've noticed this. I was at this place, right? And I was speaking Spanish to these Dominicans. And then this Dominican boy, he talked, and I started switching, and I switched to English. And I said that he asked me where was I from, and I said I was from Miami. Okay, I was from Miami, and then I told him that I was a Mexican resident. And then he went away and laughed and said, "You're not no Mexican." I'm like, excuse me? And he was laughing, but I'm like, I hope I didn't frown up, but he was laughing, and he was like, "You're not no Mexican." I'm like, okay, first of all, I didn't tell you that I was a Mexican by blood. But I did live in Mexico City, and I did live in Guadalajara. And then he told me that I didn't live in Mexico. So I'm like, I paused for a minute. He told me, no, you didn't live in Mexico. You never been to Mexico in your life. I'm like, I was just like, wait a minute. Wait. I used to live in Mexico. Trust me on that. I have a Mexican residency card. I am a Mexican resident. I'm not a Mexican by blood, but I am a Mexican by residency card. I am a Mexican resident. I also lived in Mexico City, and I lived in Guadalajara. And then he stopped for a minute and he said, "Oh, so you did really live in Mexico?" I said, "Yes, sir. I really lived in Mexico." But it was like, at first we were having a fun conversation. And then this person just from out of nowhere tries to tell me what I am and what I'm not. Okay, I was really mad. I walked away, but I was mad because who is this man that's going to tell me my life? Who are you to tell me where what I have or what I don't have or where I've been or what I've been doing? You don't know me. You only knew me for 5 seconds. And then I try to tell you something about myself. And then you tell me that I'm not what I say I am or I haven't been where I say I am. It was still, we left on good terms. But when we left, I just realized because it's also somebody, and it happened. Okay, let me stick with this guy. It's actually that happened to me twice recently. And I noticed this is the new trend of amongst people. It's actually happened to me 3 times. It's the new trend recently where if I tell somebody about myself, they tell me what I am or what I have not or what I have been doing. So you don't know me, but you gonna tell me what I who I am and what I've been doing. But you a stranger. So how are you gonna tell me my life story? You can't tell me my life story. I can tell you my life story. If I tell you something about myself, then accept it for what I tell you. It was this motherfucking man. I had said that okay, and I had told him that I owned a little skincare company named Lion Put Skincare. He said, "You better stop that. You better stop those outrageous lies. You don't own nothing." And then I said, "Wait a minute. Pull your phone out and and let me show you. Google it. It says lionputskincare.com." And then he pulled out his phone. He said, "I gotta see this because you ain't nothing but a liar." I calmly and respectfully told him, pull your phone out, Google it. He Googled it and then he said, "Oh, you're not lying. I see you got products." And then I just moved on about my business. And then I was talking to this other man. I said that I used to work for Delta Airlines. He said, "You ain't never worked for Delta Airlines." I was really mad at this point because Delta Airlines was very precious to me. That was a precious part of my life. I was very mad and I said to him, and this one I snapped off on. Because this one, you ain't going to tell me what I have or have not done. Okay, you ain't going to tell me what I have or have not done, sir. I said, I did used to work at Delta Airlines. You can check on LinkedIn. I got a federal aviation. I'm a retired Delta Airlines ergonomics inspector. Go on the internet and go to LinkedIn and find me on. I have a FAA motherfucking license. And then he said, "I'm not going to look at nothing for you because you never worked at Delta." I'm like, if these motherfuckers on the YouTube only could hear these motherfuckers trying to tell me who was in Mexico. Florida Pie '08 was in Mexico. Where did I used to live? Mexico City. What do I have? Lion Put Skincare. What did I used to do? Delta Airlines. I didn't have motherfuckers that don't know me try to tell me what I have or what I have not done. You people out there are starting to get way too big. And then when I had an issue with a budget rental car, the car broke down somewhere, and the bitch actually tried to tell me what happened when the car broke down. I argued with her. I said, "You're not gonna tell me what the fuck happened with that budget rental car." She said, I went and talked to the person that saw you, and I said, "I don't give a fuck who you talked to." I was cussing her out. I wanted to jump over the counter. It was a very hectic thing. You not gonna tell me what the fuck happened with that car. You're not gonna tell me what the fuck happened. I was arguing with her. I didn't give a fuck about it. I was cussing her ass out, spit flying out my mouth. I didn't give a fuck because you're not gonna tell me what happened. I really didn't have no respect for her. I didn't give a fuck about it. But don't try to tell me what happened. And I told her, don't try to tell me what happened that day. I was there. You can't tell me what happened. You wasn't there. Where were you? In the back of the ticket counter. Where was I? I was with the budget rental car. I was there. I was witnessing what happened with the car. Don't try to talk to me like that. And I was going off on her, and she was arguing back, talking about what she know. "Oh, they said this when I got there to pick up the car because you were gone." You're damn right I was gone. on? You gave me a defective card. And then it was a big hoopla, and then some other shit had popped off. And one day I'll share the story about that, because it actually turned into a very big financial dispute that lasted for 6 months. 6 months arguing back and forth with the bank. 6 months I mean money going from there. Then they claimed that it was some other shit. They sent me a letter. Then they claimed some other shit. I will never rent a car from Budget Rental Car. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, and yes, this video has spiraled off, but it's just a little video about that. This is a life lesson, because too many people are thinking that they know everything nowadays. Sometimes things have to go off topic because it's on topic on some other shit. But don't try to tell somebody. When somebody approaches you to tell you about themselves, don't just get up in their face and tell them that they haven't done this, or they haven't done that, or they are not this, or they are not that. And then you get up in their face when they're friendly telling you what they are doing or what they're not doing, and then you try to tell them their life story. Girl, okay, you can't do that. You just can't do those things to people. Our society is decaying. We got so many people that are just, they're just horrible people nowadays. When I get Ash back, I'm gonna be in here running my mouth, giving Ash life lessons. Ash, be kind to people. Ash, share with people. Ash, never do this to people. Ash, never do that to people. Ash, never trust the doctor. Ash, never swallow a pill. Ash, don't do this. Ash, never believe religion. Ash, don't read the Bible. It's a fucked up book. This is what happened to mom. Mom got tricked by religion. Oh, okay, why? Because I'm the annoyed atheist. Because this is what happened to me, and that could happen to you. Okay, so when I get Ash back, then okay, so Jessica, what happened to Ash is okay. Go back and watch some videos. I don't have time to explain. No offense, Jessica, but I've explained it time and time again. But Ash is in a safe place and she's fine, so don't worry about what Ash is doing right now. Ash is fine. She's just not with mom right now. She's not with me right now, and it's okay. Everything is fine with Ash. It's just some issues. Okay, I didn't get Ash taken away because of neglect. Don't listen to Jade. That's not what happened. She's just a troll, so don't just go back through some of my videos, and I'll explain it on some of my other videos. Okay, don't listen to strangers. If you don't hear it from me, then don't listen to no stranger. Because a stranger don't know shit about me. It's just a stranger, and especially if it's a stranger ass troll, just don't listen to a stranger ass troll at all. Okay. I done told you, Jay, what the fuck happened. You hear every day. You know what happened. And you're here every day. You're always here, Jade. You know what happened to Ash, and she's fine, so just stop. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. Just go back and look up of some of the old videos, and you'll find out the story. Okay. I done told the story before, so it's on there. You just have to go find it, and then maybe one day I'll tell you some other stories. Okay, so this is listen, Breezy, this is my address. You put it under AC. See if you can read that. Just write down the address from there. If you gotta pause the video, just pause the video. Okay, so I figured that if you gotta pause the video to see the address, Breezy, just pause the video. I'm also gonna go back to the description box and actually put the address in. I have a Miami address. Is a new business address that I got in Miami, and I do have a very beautiful. You can Google it. It's a beautiful. My address is, this is not Miami. It's somewhere else. Okay, my address is AC/Lion-Puss Skincare. That is my real initials. Anderson Cooper is AC360. I'm AC/Lion-Puss Skincare. We got the same initials. That is my legal initials. That is not a fake initial, AC. His initials match mine. So when I say AC, I'm talking about myself. That is my real initials. His initials are his own real initials. I didn't say that it was Anderson's initials. I said those are mine. You need to listen, Jay. I'm being clear. Those initials AC belong to both of us. He's Anderson Cooper. I am AC. I'm AC2. He's AC360. We got the same initials by whatever the fuck coincidence. We got the same fucking initials. Ash got the same initials too. Ash is AC3, I'm AC2, and he's AC360. The only person that don't have the same initials is Wyatt Morgan. Wyatt is just on his own. Wyatt is named after his dad. Wyatt got Riot rocking out on his own little vibe strength of Wyatt Morgan. He is not one of the ACs. He is a real biological child of Anderson, but he is not on the AC, which is why I done told you, Jay, leave me alone, please. When it comes to Wyatt, please stop fucking with me. It's not a joke. It's not funny. If you don't want, I will block your stupid ass, Jay. Please don't fuck with me about Wyatt. Okay? It's not a joke about Wyatt. Please shut the fuck up or I will block you immediately. And guess what? When you get blocked, you won't be able to come in here. If you mention Wyatt in any way, shape, or form in a derogatory way, eventually I will block you and I will ban you and I will fuck you up, Jade. So don't joke with me about Wyatt. If you want to talk about Ash, I done told you Ash is grown. She almost in kindergarten. Wyatt is more hurtful of me not being in New York to be with Wyatt. I missed his first birthday, and that is not a joke to me. Oh, okay. I'm moving on. Okay, so let me be clear on the initials. AC is my initials. I'm talking to Breezy. AC is my initials. No affiliation to AC360. That's Anderson's initials. Ash is also AC2. But she's known as AC3. I'm known as AC2. And Anderson is known as AC360. And then if I have another... Then if I have another child one day, it's going to be Abigail, Katie, Jane, or some shit. It's going to be, I already picked out the name of the future child if I ever get another child. Abigail, Katie, Jane. Okay, we're going to have an Ashlyn, Katie Ray, and an Ashlyn, Abigail, Katie, Jane. Okay, and if you understand why I'm so into this Katie, I'll tell you real quick, and I'll tell you the story again one day. When I was living briefly in Tulsa, Oklahoma with my dead grandfather, he died at the age of 92 in Las Vegas, Mr. JC, call him Detroit Tiger. Okay, he used to have a bad habit of calling me Katie all the time because he had a Dalmatian and several dogs and a cat, and the cat's name was Katie Jane. He had the dog named Katie Sue. Then he had a Katie Liz, and then instead of calling me by my name, he would call me Katie. I would correct him several times that my name was not Katie. And it was just that everybody was named Katie in the house. So I used to secretly laugh at him behind his back because I would tell him in a kind of harsh, so I was pretending to be irritated, but I thought it was so cute and funny. So I just when everybody is Katie and I'm starting to cry just because of Katie, my cat, my face is so big and swollen. I was like, Katie. I used to laugh so terribly at him. Katie Jane, Katie Sue, Katie May, Katie. So that's why I had a Katie Lynn, the cat that died, my baby cat, Katie Lynn, goddess Katie Lynn of Jax. And then I had an Ashlyn Katie Ray. And then I'm going to have so the Katie is just a funny name for, it's just a funny, and my cousin G in Las Vegas didn't know this. And I said, Katie is named after a family member. So that's why I call everybody is Katie. So Ashley, Katie Ray, and then so many people in the trailer park and everywhere. I say, they'll say, what is her name? Ashley and Katie Ray. And they would say, goodness gracious, that's so country. The Ashley and Katie Ray is country bumpkin. Okay, so this little Ashley and Katie Ray, then when I would take the cat, when I would take Katie to the hospital for a little exams, they would say, "What is her name, Miss?" I would say, "Katie Lynn," and they would say, "Goodness gracious, that's a country name. Why is she named Katie Lynn?" I would say, "It's just a family name. It's been in the family for centuries." The look on their face when they would see the little birth certificate, why she was known as Goddess Katie Lynn of Jax. Okay, if you ever wondered what the Jax meant, that meant Jacksonville. She was born in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where my baby Katie Lynn was born. Oh, I miss my baby so much. Katie Lynn of Jax. Goddess Katie Lynn of Jax. Now, okay, so anyway, guys, I got to get off of here. I got to prepare myself for court. When you preparing yourself for court, you have so much books and everything else and everything that needs to be done. Okay. Block Jade, I might just block her ass. I will block and ban that bitch. Okay, I'm leaving, Jade. I'm gonna give you one more chance. You just now I see you're just trolling. She's just trolling now. Now, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm out of here. Live fiercely, love viciously, and remember, atheism is unstoppable. Bye, guys.